There's this silent problem that's happening inside millions of us, literally while we sleep. And no, it's not a bad dream, but the damage is just as real. It can build up for years, sometimes decades, without a single obvious symptom. Then one day you wake up, your joints are screaming at you, and your doctor gives you some tough news about your kidneys. Today, we're going to connect those dots. We'll uncover what links these two things together and how one very common spice might just be the secret to stopping it in its tracks. So let's just jump right in with this question. What if that nagging stiffness in your knees, in your hands, and the quiet, slow decline of your body's most important filters, what if they aren't two separate problems at all? What if they're actually just two different symptoms of the exact same hidden cause? Because the source of all this is microscopic. But believe me, the damage is huge. While you're fast asleep, your body is in repair mode. But for many of us, something else is happening. Sharp, jagged little crystals, almost like tiny shards of glass, are silently forming deep inside your joints and your kidneys. And the real culprit here, well, it's probably not what you think. Okay, so let's get into what we're calling the crystal threat. For decades, everyone's been pointing the finger at things like red meat. And yeah, that can play a role for sure. But the real science, the data, it shows that the main driver is something way more common in our diets today, and honestly, a lot sneakier. So these are uric acid crystals. And here's the kicker. They are a direct byproduct of how your body metabolizes fructose. We're talking about sugar. So every time you have a soda, a sweet snack, or even some healthy processed foods, your body produces these sharp, abrasive little particles as a kind of metabolic tax. It's the hidden price we pay for a modern diet. All right, so it's really crucial to understand where these crystals do the most damage. Let's talk about your kidneys, because they are truly under siege. And the terrifying part is that this damage is completely silent, but it is incredibly severe. I want you to just let this sink in for a second, because this is a chilling fact pulled straight from the research. You can lose over half, 60%, of your kidney function with no pain. No obvious symptoms, nothing. The damage just adds up, year after year, happening completely under the radar, until one day, it might be too late. And to make matters worse, this gets piled on top of the natural aging process. So after you hit age 60, your kidney's natural filtering power can drop by about 25% anyway. This means your body is already having a harder time cleaning house, which makes that buildup of uric acid crystals even more of a threat. So what exactly is getting wrecked in there? Well, inside each of your kidneys, you've got about 1 million of these tiny, delicate filters. They're called glomeruli. And the research describes these sharp little uric acid crystals as literally shredding and scarring them over time. It's like taking sandpaper to a coffee filter. Eventually, it just gets destroyed. Okay, so we've seen the silent, hidden damage these crystals are doing to our kidneys. But now, let's talk about how they make themselves known in a much more painful way. This is the inflammation trigger. This is why so many people wake up feeling stiff, old, and just plain achy. It's the exact same crystals doing the dirty work. When your kidneys can't filter out all of that uric acid fast enough, it's gotta go somewhere, right? So it settles in your joints. We're talking about your big toe, your knees, your hands, and that's what causes that intense, painful swelling that we call gout. So here's what's happening on a tiny cellular level. Those sharp crystals, they basically trip an alarm system in your cells. This alarm activates a pathway called NF-kappa. Now, the easiest way to think about NF-kappa is as the master switch for inflammation in your body. And when these crystals flip that switch to the on position, your body gets the signal to swell up and send out pain signals.
But what if there was a natural way to just flip that switch back off? And that brings us to the hero of our story today, nature's off switch, a really powerful compound called curcumin.
And this is where it gets really amazing. Curcumin, which is the bright yellow active compound in the spice turmeric, it works by directly blocking that NF-kB pathway. It literally goes in and flips that master inflammation switch right back to the off position. It tells your body to stand down, to turn off that painful inflammatory response right at the source. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. If you just start dumping turmeric powder into your food, you're not going to get the results you want. Your body actually has a really hard time absorbing the curcumin. It's like you're wasting about 99% of its power. To really get the benefit, it has to be activated.
Its true power needs to be unlocked. So, how in the world do you do that? Well, this is the secret that makes all the difference. And you know what? It's remarkably simple. This is how you unlock the full, incredible, anti-inflammatory power of curcumin.
The key is another spice you definitely have in your kitchen right now: black pepper. Specifically, it's a compound inside black pepper called piperine. This is the activator. This is the key that finally unlocks turmeric's power.
And here it is. This is the aha moment. Get this number in your head. 2,000%. We are not talking about a small boost here. Piperine can increase your body's absorption of curcumin by 2,000%. That is a massive difference between this remedy doing basically nothing and it being a powerhouse anti-inflammatory.
So here it is, the actionable plan. Your nightly kidney reset protocol. It's so simple. Number 1, the power. You start with about 500 milligrams of turmeric. Number 2, the key. You add just a little pinch of black pepper. And number 3, the vehicle. You combine it with a healthy fat, think warm milk or coconut oil, to help your body absorb it all. That's it.
So let's just break this down one last time so it all clicks. You've got the turmeric to block the inflammation switch. You've got the black pepper to activate it by 2,000%. You've got the healthy fat to act as a transporter to get it into your cells. And you're doing it in the evening to sync up perfectly with your body's natural overnight repair cycle. Every single piece of this protocol is crucial. So really, it all just comes down to this one question, doesn't it? Could the solution to years of morning stiffness and that silent, scary damage to your kidneys, could it really not be in some complicated prescription, but sitting right there in your spice cabinet? Is it possible that a simple, warm, golden drink before you go to bed is the key to supporting your body's most important cleaning cycle? It's definitely something to think about.